Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this Amtrak P32-8 to finish off the end of our Amtrak train. Amtrak ordered 10 of these locomotives as a stopgap in the early 90s as they awaited the arrival of the Genesis locomotives. So let's get into it. We're going to be building it in their original paint scheme because that matches the train we already have, nicknamed by rail fans the Pepsi cans. The first thing we're going to do is take out a dark oak stair. We're going to come down and put that on as the coupler to hook it up to our train. Underneath that, a dark oak fence gate for an air hose. Then on each side we switch to a dark oak fence to be the MU cables. Then we switch to polished blackstone stairs, and on the next block behind that, we need to get 3 right side up coming across the rails here. On the outside edges of that, we put them facing outward and upside down on each side. On the next level up, we put a polished blackstone block in the middle, and then 2 upside down facing forward stairs on each side. On the next one, we put a temporary block on the corner, and we're going to switch to a polished andesite stair here, and 3 polished andesite stairs coming across the middle, and then delete that temporary block. Behind that, we switch back to polished blackstone, and we make a T-shape pattern. And right above the rails on the bottom, we put an end rod on each side. Behind that, we're going to make a 5x3 of polished blackstone block, coming out to each side of the rails here. Now we're going to build our wheels. So we take out a block of netherite, and we need to get it on the rails 1 block back from that. 1 on each rail with an end rod for the axle. Then take out nether brick slabs and make a 3x3 on the upper hip box. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then take out nether brick stairs and attach that coming this way upside down on that part of the nether brick, and this way upside down on the front part, on each side. Then back to nether brick slabs, and nether brick slab on the lower hip box across the middle there. This is one of the major external differences with Amtrak's version of the Dash 8. It uses a BB truck arrangement with only 4 axles on the locomotive. Now I'm going to take out a hopper, and we're going to put a hopper on this outside on each of the wheels on both sides. Now we're going to come on top of the truck here, and we're going to sit in the middle, and we're going to crouch. And we're going to place a row of trap doors coming across the top outer edge of the truck on both sides here. And once that's done, the truck should be finished, and it should look something like this. Now come around with a dark oak fence gate, and on the backs of the wheels, we put 1 into each wheel and open it into the wheel. Then we come around on this side, and it's tricky to do. We open 1 into each of these wheels too to be sanders and air hoses. Switch back to your polished blackstone block, and we're going to start bringing this middle 3 forward to the edge of the truck here. We come out by 1 more row of 3, and then we come around underneath it and extend a row of 3 across the bottom. On the outside of that, we put polished blackstone stairs upside down facing outwards in a row of 7. This is another major difference from the standard Dash 8. This one has a much smaller fuel tank. Come around that with polished blackstone blocks and extend it 3 across to the other side, and then connect those up with upside down facing outward polished blackstone stairs. Then we can come around on top with polished blackstone block and extend this middle 3 down to the end of the fuel tank here. Now skip a block from that, and down on the bottom we're going to make 2 rows of 5. So it's a 5x2. There's like this box thing underneath there. I'm not sure what it's used for. Then we can extend the middle 3 to the edge of that. Now we're going to spin around here, and 1 block out from this, we're going to put string on each side and in between the rails. This is going to be to hold up some anvils. So we're going to come up here and we're going to crouch, and we're going to put a row of 5 anvils coming this way across the rails. and then the same thing, crouch again in another row of 5 anvils. This is another major difference from the standard Dash 8. The air tanks are sideways across here. Switch back to polished blackstone block and extend this middle 3 to the edges of these anvils. Now the next set of wheels, so we need to get netherite on each rail, skipping a block between there. An end rod for an axle. Then in the upper hitbox, a 3x3 of nether brick slabs. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Nether brick stairs upside down facing this way here, and upside down facing this way here. In the middle on the bottom hitbox, we put another slab on each side. Then we switch to a hopper, and we put a hopper on the outside edge of each of the wheels on both sides here. Then, just like on the front, we can come on top of the truck, crouch, and put a row of 5 trap doors coming across the outside top edge of the trucks here. Then come around with a dark oak fence gate, put one on each of these wheels here and open them into the wheels. Same thing on this side. Put one on each wheel and open it in the wheels to be sanders and air hoses. Switch back to polished blackstone block and bring the middle 3 on top forward, coming out over those fence gates. In front of that, still using polished blackstone blocks, we need to make a 5x3 coming out to each side of the rails here. So just extend both sides out. Then we make a T-shaped pattern, and we put an end rod on the bottom above each rail. Then polish blackstone stairs right side up facing this way across the rails. On the outside edges, upside down and facing outward. Then a block in the middle, and 2 upside down facing forward on each side. Then in the top middle, we put a temporary block and polish andesite stairs upside down facing forward. Then take out polished andesite slabs to be the stairs and put one on the bottom of each of those 3 blocks coming up to be the stairs to get on the locomotive. Both sides. Then we're going to come around like this with dark oak stairs to be the coupler, get it stacked up to where it needs to be. Delete these 2 you used to place it. Underneath that, a dark oak fence for an air hose. And then on the second block up, we put 2 dark oak fence gates on each side and open them into the plow. Now we need to come down here and do the stairs here. So polish andesite slabs, and we need to get them on the bottom hitbox of each of these 3 blocks coming up. And 1 more corner to go. We need to get the stairs on this side as well. So 3 slabs coming up to finish the stairs. Now we're going to come around with polished andesite blocks, and we're going to fill in this 5 on top here all the way end to end on the locomotive. Now we got to finish the fuel tank, so switch back to polished blackstone blocks here and come around where this fuel tank is, and on the outside edge fill it in with blocks on this second block up. Then we're going to put a player head on the front, a dark oak sign, and a crimson button. In front of that, we hang a bell. Now we're going to work on the other side, so polish blackstone blocks in here to finish off the fuel tank, and then same thing, a sign, a crimson button, and a player head. This is your fuel cap, gauge, and shutoff. Now we're going to work on the front, and this locomotive's asymmetrical. The front is the side with the air tanks, and the back is the side with the fuel tanks. Come on the front with blue concrete, and on this row of blackstone, we put concrete across with a space for a door, and 1 coming back on each side. Then the same thing in white concrete. We put glowstone on the top middle, and then red nether brick stairs facing outwards on each side of it, just like that. Then rotate and forward facing here and here. Fill the middle with red concrete. Behind that on the outside, extend out 4 blue concrete, and then above it 4 white concrete. Then 4 red concrete. Same thing here. So 4 blue, 4 white, then 4 red. On the next block behind the stairs here, we put 2 blue glass, then polish andesite and 2 blue glass. 2 blue stained glass panes coming back and polish andesite behind them. Above that, we fill in the middle 3 on top of the cab with polish andesite. On the outside edge above the windows, a row of polish andesite stairs facing outward on each side. So 4 here as well. Come on top, behind the cab, and on the engineer side, we're going to put 2 polish andesite blocks coming off in the middle here. Then we're going to place a dark oak sign on each of them to be vents. Now we're going to take out a blast furnace to be another vent, and we're going to want to make sure we put it sideways so that the side pattern is facing outwards. So put 1 blast furnace sideways here and fill in the middle with polish andesite behind it. On this other side it goes andesite block, sideways blast furnace, andesite block, sideways blast furnace. Extend out the middle and across to the side with andesite. Then in middle, we're going to bring andesite back another 4 blocks. On each side of that, we're going to put 4 blocks of bedrock to be more vents. So it looks like that on this side, and it's asymmetrical, and it looks like this on the other side. Come around under the end of these vents, and we're going to take out polish andesite block, and we're going to put a row of 3 underneath the end. Off that, we put a 2x3 of blue concrete. Then we're going to step it down like stairs here. So another 2x3 move forward by 1. And we're going to keep doing that till we come to the bottom. So another 2x3 here, move forward by 1. So it just looks like stairs. And then another 2x3 here, and then we can connect the blue up on the sides till it meets the back of the cab. Above that, we put a row of white concrete coming back on each side here. Then a row of red concrete coming back to the blue. And we actually knock that one out to leave space for a door. Then polish andesite above that coming back. And we'll come work on this other side now. So above the white, starting at the cab, a row of red concrete coming back, and a row of polish andesite coming back. Now come behind here with red concrete, and on this second blue block down, put 2 red concrete coming backwards. Same thing on this side. And then above that, another 2 red concrete on each side. Now we can go ahead and fill in everything underneath here with polish andesite. And even up in that gap there. And then we can extend polish andesite 4 blocks up to the top behind the red there. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just fill all this in and extend it up by 4 till it comes behind that red there. Now on bottom, we're going to extend a row of polish andesite down to the back and 1 in the middle when we get to that blackstone. And then same thing on this side, just connect it up. Now we're going to go ahead and raise this all up so it's all at the same level. Now I'm back. We take polish andesite here and we come to the very back of the locomotive and fill in this back 3, and then we extend the sides out by another 6, so it's 7 blocks long in total. And then same thing on this side, and we fill in the middle as well. So you should have 3 andesite blocks to the red there. Then we can fill in that hole in the middle as well. Then we rotate towards the back here and 3 andesite stairs right side up facing forward. In front of those stairs we put a smoker to be the exhaust, and then we make this U shape with slabs around it. Then right here we open a fence gate to be the horn in the middle. Surround that with a U shape of red nether brick slabs, then a row of warp slabs, turn, and we got to get warp stairs out here. and 3 warp stairs facing backwards because we don't have blue. So the top should look something like that now. Come to the back side to do the radiator. So 2 outward facing upside down andesite stairs, then 4 polished blackstone brick stairs, and then 1 andesite. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side here. Upside down facing outward, 2 polished andesite, and 1 on the front, and then fill the middle 4 with polished blackstone brick. Now switch to polished andesite slab, and in the middle 3 we make a 2x3 on the back, then 4 coming up the middle, and 3 across the front. Fill in these gaps of 4 with polished blackstone brick slabs to be the vents. Come on the conductor side behind the cab here, and on this outside bottom we make a row of 4 blue concrete, then 4 white concrete, and then 4 red concrete coming back across the top of that. Come around the locomotive here, and we're going to come to the engineer side. Here behind the cab we put a blue and a white to raise up to the door, and then 3 blue coming back. Come on the nose and put a door in that gap, and come behind the cab and put a door in this gap. Now we're going to come down here with iron bars, and we're going to come 3 up from the bottom, then over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Same thing on this side. So start from the bottom, come 3 up, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. On this side of these stairs, we come up by 4. Same thing on this corner. Come from the bottom, up by 4. Come around the conductor side on the cab behind the window here and put an iron bar. Then we're going to bring it back by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we have to come down by 3. So get positioned under it so you can bring the bars down by 3 here. And then once we have that, we extend that to the back of the locomotive. When we get to the back here, we extend this down by 3 to come down these stairs. Then come from the bottom of these stairs, come 3 up, over 1, up another 1, over another, and up 1. Same thing, start from the bottom, come up by 3, and then over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Then on this side we start at the bottom, come up by 4, and we start bringing that to the front of the locomotive. When we get in front of this blue block here, we come up by 1, 1, 2, 3, over, up again, and then connect that to the cab. Now all of our handrails are complete. Now we're going to take out a white stained glass pane to be a rear view mirror. We're going to put it on the side of the window here, and then same thing on the other side of the cab on the side of the window there. Then, above the windows on each side we switch to a birch sign to be the number plate. And I'm going to go ahead and use number 509 because that's the picture I'm looking at, and we put another one on the other side with the same number. Then we put an item frame over this glowstone with another glowstone in it to be the headlight. Then down here on these iron bars, we put an item frame on each side and glowstone in those as well to be the ditch lights. Then we're going to come around and work on the back here. So kind of the same thing, an item frame on each of these iron bars with glowstone for ditch lights. Then we're going to put 2 item frames there to be rear headlights with glowstone. Then 1 block down on the side we put our birch sign with our number plate on each side of the locomotive here. And then on the left side we bring a ladder up. Under the ladder here we're going to knock out this block and replace it with light gray wool. Then we're going to switch to light gray carpet and fill in this whole end where nothing's built with light gray carpet. And we just keep bringing the light gray carpet up to the front of the locomotive here. And just keep filling that in. And then even up here we put 4 light gray carpet. Then we come around on the nose with our light gray carpet. And we're going to fill in this T-shape on top here with light gray. And then down here another T-shape on the front porch. And I'm actually just realizing I never filled in the walkway on the other side of the locomotive with light gray carpet, so make sure you do that on your build. Now we need to make some banners, so come into a loom with a light gray banner in black dye. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner, vertical on the left, vertical on the right, upside down triangle on the top here. New banner, vertical in the middle, horizontal on top. New banner, vertical on the left, top half black, and a diagonal. New banner, diagonal, then the other diagonal, and then vertical on the left. Now we switch to light gray dye, and we're going to take all of these banners and we're going to put a light gray border around all of these letter banners. Now that we have the banners, we can actually put our logo on. So we're going to come around on the side of the locomotive, and back here underneath this first red block, we're going to start spelling out the word Amtrak with our banners. Now come around on the other side here, and I'm going to spell it backwards so we have correct placement. So starting under this first red block, and we just spell out Amtrak on this side as well. Now we need to do some more vents, so skip a block from the logo, a column of 2 knocked out, skip a block, knock out the top one, skip a block, knock out the top one. Fill that all with bedrock to be vents. Then between here, we knock out both of these columns and in between there. And we put those as light gray shulker boxes to look like some access doors. Now we're going to work on the other side here. On this side, 1 block in from the back bottom, we knock out the bottom block and put bedrock. Skip a block, same thing. Then a column next to it, an andesite stair right there, and then a bedrock above it. Then we close a trapdoor on it to be the brake wheel. Next to that, we knock out another column and put another vent. Then we knock out this column and we put shulker boxes. Now we're going to do the interior. So come in the nose of the locomotive here, and we're going to put an end portal in this corner to be a toilet here. Then switch to polish andesite slabs and stack it up next to it here, all the way up to the window. Same thing on this side, stack it up all the way to the window. Then we can fill in that block there as well. Put a door across that gap. Then turn to the side here and stack up these 3 till they're the same level as the door with your polished andesite slab. Behind the door as well here, and the same thing on this side for these 3. Just stack it all up till it's the same level. Then we'll use our slabs to make some stairs here. And I'm going to test and make sure we can actually fit through this, and we can, so we're good to go. Now, in this back we put a sideways blast furnace and glowstone to light the cab. Here we can put some item frames, and we can put some compasses in there for gauges, a lever for the engineer on his side, and then 2 stairs to be the seats. Now our interior is done. Now we're going to come outside here on top, and we're going to go ahead and go into our inventory and get out some light gray carpet. This is what I was talking about earlier. I forgot to fill this in with the light gray carpet. So just bring the light gray carpet down to the back of the locomotive on this side here, so it matches. Now on the nose, to be marker lights, on the white concrete on each side, we're going to put a redstone torch for marker lights. Now come on top of the cab and put 2 iron trap doors on each side like that, and start filling all the rest of this in with light gray carpet. You'll have to crouch to place them on top of these blast furnace. This will just complete the roof so you don't see the vents from the top. And there we have it, folks. We've completed our Amtrak P32-8 locomotive. And this also finally completes the entire Amtrak train we've been building in this series of videos. I do apologize for all the background noise in this video. I have to narrate outside to get the quiet I need. And the birds were really loud today and it started raining hard. So our next video should have better audio. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.